I introduced this book last time I was here, and I've been reading the whole chapter on this subject, and I really highly recommend it because the author gives really specific ideas and conversations you can have with students, and it's called Let It Go with Love and Confidence. But one of the little short quotes that he said is, understand that the most important question is not what your teen is doing, but why he is doing it. I don't approve of the kid is partying to fit in or to have fun, but I really worry more about kids who use drugs because they say they need to chill. And that actually kind of came up, that in fact things we use that word at East End with nursing. You can say you need to chill. That was kind of a word that students use. And then I realized that a lot of times students, whether we want them to or not, they are listening to what we do, sometimes louder than what we say. All of us have probably had conversations about healthy lifestyle choices and why not to do certain things, but if our own lives are not reflective of what we want in them, it's kind of a mixed message. And so if we want to provide them an alternative to having fun or to de-stressing, then we need to get them thinking that way. Maybe we need to think about it in our own life so that we can model that at home. And so one of the questions was, what do we do at home that doesn't involve drugs? It's hard for me not to say drugs and alcohol, but so for those who came in late, I'm just using the word drugs, and that includes tobacco, alcohol, marijuana, ecstasy, you name it. So I'm just going to say drugs and try to. And so the other thing is that all of us are really stressed out. And so at home, I don't know that parents take very good care of them, or grandparents take as good a care of themselves in terms of dealing with their own stress. And so we need to model that at home too. So that's kind of why this question came up for me. So before we discuss the second one, does anybody want to share a revelation that came up? Jake?
Oh no, I was just going to say what to do for my car with my grandkids.
And then that shows fun for both of you. I know that one of the things on the weekends, I'm really, really tempted to get chores done and catch up on this or that or the other thing, but I always, before I go into the weekend, I always think, what can I do that's fun to model fun with my kids, because they need that and they need to see me doing that instead of being stressed out. So I always, like last weekend, my son, I have a freshman and a senior. I have different kinds of fun with each of them. My son is very active and likes to play, so as much as I felt like I had this, that, and the other thing to do, I asked him if he would go for a swim with me after his baseball game, and we have all these weird games we play in the pool and stuff, and so, but I could have easily blown that off and let him do his own thing, and I could have done my own thing, but it really was like forced myself to have fun.